What's up, y'all? I'm Kerah Whitfield. Welcome to Kerah Speaks, where faith, healing, and real conversations meet. I am a speaker as well as author of the book, Healing Cost Me Everything. That's available right now on Amazon.com. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's build a community. Today we are talking about what happens when the strong friend gets tired. I know a little bit about that. I've been the strong friend my whole life, holding on to that identity, holding on to the performance of being a strong friend until I got healed. Are you the one that pours into people all the time, but you have to grieve the fact that nobody can pour into you the way that you need? Well, that's what we're talking about today. This is for the strong ones, the people like me, the people who have carried the weight of being the strong friend, the strong daughter, the strong partner, the strong employee, the strong one, their whole lives, and what it costs us to be strong all the time. The one who has to be the safe space, the encourager, the motivator, the one who's always there for everybody, but doesn't always get that same safety in return. People tend to run to people like us when they are feeling overwhelmed, when their life is in chaos, when they need a little clarity, when they need some solid ground. People call you when they're anxious, when they're lost, and you hold space well for them. You're good at it. I know I am. I'm good at holding space for people. I'm good at making people feel seen. I'm good at making them feel safe. It is a specialty, but it's also a trauma response, which caused me to hold too much. And sometimes it got very heavy because when it was my turn, I didn't get the same. That was often met with silence. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they haven't built up the muscle to care at your depth. So to compensate, because that's what we do as strong people. We overcompensate and we end up start to overfunction. We start to overextend and reach for people instead of allowing them to meet us where we are. You start to give past your capacity. The thing that I learned in therapy, that I have a vast capacity for friendship, for love, for care, but it's not endless. And I started to give past my capacity. And that's when the resentment started to build. I can't say that I was the best communicator either. So what I would do as a trauma response, I would withdraw mentally and emotionally. And that's when the resentment starts to build up because I didn't communicate. I was afraid to vocalize my needs. I would withdraw, not because I was bitter, but because I was exhausted. I was just tired. I was just tired of giving so much to everybody. And nobody even thought to say, how can I give to you in the way that you need? And somebody like me, I don't need you to just show up in a surface level way. I need you to show up in the depths of it. I need you to show up in the deep parts. And the people that I was asking this from just did not have the capacity to do so. So if it left me feeling very drained because I was pulling and pulling and pulling and reaching for people who were not meeting me there. But here's what I learned. I learned that I have to pause. That was my responsibility. Learning not to overfunction and overextend is not the responsibility of the people you are extending yourself to. It is your responsibility to pause and recognize when you are doing so. Now, when I feel like I am reaching my capacity, now I step away and I isolate on purpose and not out of pain. I don't withdraw and close people off. I just move to a space where there is peace and there is silence, where I can hear the Holy Spirit, number one, and where I can just recuperate till I refill my capacity. I have outgrown just showing up to keep the peace. It's about my peace now. I learned that silence is sacred to me. That's why I value my quiet mornings. That's why I appreciate the still moments where I have found my answers and I found closure and clarity, where I can hear the Holy Spirit clearly so I can know what to do. That replenishes me. That silence calms my nervous system. And in that silence is where I find depth, where I flourish in depth. My depth is not a burden, and my needs are important. Everybody can't swim on the deep end. Everybody can't swim. Some people got to stay in the shallow end, and that's okay. I am open to people who want to come into my life and love me. Anybody can love me, but not everybody can hold me. And I don't mean physically. I mean hold my heart, hold my spirit, share space with me in the deepest parts, because that's a core need for me now, to be able to share the depths of Kerah with people. And that's what you have to identify. What are your core needs? Don't be afraid to say, this is what I need from you. And if they cannot give that to you, place those people where they need to be. But you have to understand that you're going to grieve those people who can't meet you where you are. And you can't grieve it out of bitterness. You have to, grief is not bad. It's not wrong. But if you're going to grieve, make sure you're grieving in clarity. Don't sit in it saying, oh, I wish they could have shown up for me. I wish that they knew what I needed. That's where the bitterness comes. That's where the resentment starts to build up. Don't sit in that type of grief. Grieve the fact that people just cannot go where you're going to go. And understand that there is a community for you somewhere who can meet you there. If you don't already have that community, start nurturing what you do have and appreciate that. And don't reach or overfunction for people who just don't have it yet. So to the strong ones, rest, replenish. You are not weak for needing the exact same thing that you give. You are not meant to bleed yourself dry in order to feel needed. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep people warm. Grieve the gap. Understand where the gap is and be okay with that. Because the more you grow, the bigger the gap is going to get. And you're going to have to grieve that, and you're going to have to grow past that. That's all I got this time for Kerah Speaks. If y'all can go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed if you enjoyed this video. And also don't forget to go to kerahspeaks.com. I appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you next time where we stay faithful, healed, and free.